Alright guys, so there are 5 steps to studying and preparing for your vocab quiz, and I'm going to go and walk you through those steps. The first one is figure out what you already know. So I'm only going to do this example with the first 5. So if I look, allure means to influence or sway. Apathy, a lack of concern. Auspicious is favorable. Caricature is a portrayal where features are distorted. Well, I know cordial is courteous and gracious. So I know cordial. So I'm just going to cross out cordial altogether. Out of those 5, there's at least one that I already know. So then the second step is what is actually going to help you. So if you're trying to figure out what is actually going to help you, you're going to go through here and look at every definition and try and figure out, okay, what part of the definition makes sense to me? So allure, to influence, so that part makes sense to me. Apathy, a lack of concern. I'd probably not use indifference because indifference is a word that I'm not as maybe familiar with. Auspicious, favorable. Well, that's the only word they give us. So favorable or likable. Maybe I'll add my own. Caricature, portrayal of features are distorted or a parody. So features reminds me that caricature has to do with features. So that's step 2. For step 3, it's how can you connect to what you already know. So then you go through your words again. To allure, to sway or entice or to influence. So I think here of I'm just totally trying to think off the top of my head. So I'm going to go like maybe this is a drug dealer trying to sway someone to take drugs, right? They're alluring them. Apathy, lack of concern or feelings. So maybe I would say I could say sometimes the government might not have, I'm going to put the abbreviation for it, maybe the government sometimes has a lack of concern or feeling like when they're making decisions or trying to be business-like. Auspicious, something that's likable or favorable. I'm going to put something I like, and that's going to be, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to draw cotton candy. A caricature, okay, that's one of those things that they make at Worlds of Fun. So that's how I'm going to remember that one, is the caricature is something that they make at Worlds of Fun. So I've connected each of those with something I know. I a lot of times tell students to write people's names by words that remind them of people they know, because a lot of times that's an even closer connection. What part of speech is being used? So you want to go through and you actually have to look at the sentences to figure out what part of speech. The child tried to allure the stray dog. So I know to allure right here, that tells me that this is a verb. And you have verbs that are action, just to review here. Verbs that are action. You have nouns that are people, places, and things. You have adjectives that describe. And those are most of them. You might have some adverbs, and an adverb usually ends in ly. It tells how something happens. So those are kind of your notes for your parts of speech. So when I look at apathy, the man looked upon the turn of events with apathy. So it's something he had. So it's a thing. So that would be a noun. Auspicious. Making an A on the first test was an auspicious way to begin the year. Auspicious way. Auspicious is describing way. So in this case, it is an adjective. Now, most words have different ways they can be used. You're actually trying to figure out how it's used in the sentence on the study sheet. Caricature, the caricature, that's a thing, that's a noun. So I've gone through and done my parts of speech because that's going to help me know how to use these words. So the very 5th step is the one that you'll do the week of the test. Okay, so the words that you don't know are the words you're constantly coming back and reviewing. You might make note cards, you might have different sets of note cards. So maybe you have a set of note cards that they're really hard words for you to remember. Then you have a set of note cards that are the ones that are not as hard for you to remember. So the ones that are not as hard to remember, those note cards are the ones that you do maybe every 2 days or every 3 days. But the ones that are hard to remember, you do every single day and try and get that stack that's hard to remember smaller than it was. So when you get to this point, you're going to grab a piece of paper. And for me, I'm only going to do one of these. So I'm just going to take a Post-it note. You're going to grab a piece of paper and you're going to look at a word and try and create a sentence here. I'm going to look at the sentence they used. The child tried to allure the stray dog into her yard with a piece of bread. So now I'm going to say and because drug dealer was my reminder word, the drug dealer tried to allure the teen to give him money for the drugs. So I've used it the exact same way. I just changed my noun to something that worked for me. Okay, I've used the to allure in the exact same way that they did. I've changed stray dog to teen, and then I gave a reason. So I did try to use their sentence as a direct model. So these are the 5 steps that I encourage you to take. If you choose not to study these words, you choose not to take this method, you probably will not be successful on these tests. And junior year, this is a large portion of your grade. So I think it's a really good practice to use this quarter to get in a habit of studying and having a way to study. Many students ask me, I don't know how to study, what should I be doing? And so this is what you should be doing. So best of luck. Please study. You have 2 weeks between every list. Every time a list is given out, you have 2 weeks until the test.